Good evening.
Good evening.
On behalf of the Brothers of the Delta Sigma Lambda Chapter Alpha Phi Fraternity, I would like to welcome you to our political forum.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And I want to thank Representative Clemens and Mr. Campbell and all of the Alpha Brothers for hosting this event tonight. I am appreciative of an opportunity anytime to help inform the voters. I'm State Senator Stephanie Flowers. I serve presently in Senate District 5. And Senate District 5 is comprised of parts of 5 counties right now: Jefferson County, Lincoln County, DeShay County, Arkansas County, and Phillips County. Because of redistricting last year and this year, the district has been changed. It's larger. We lost voting population in my district, Senate 5, in those 5 counties, and as a result, we had to have 83,000 voting age population for each Senate district, and there are 35 Senate districts in the state of Arkansas. So the district has expanded and even has changed its number. I am running for re-election to Senate District 25. So it's not 5 on the ballot, it's 25. And Senate District 25 will consist of parts of 6 counties: Jefferson, Lincoln, DeShay, as well as Arkansas and Phillips and Monroe. I didn't realize we had a time limit on this. Let me get to my point. I've served in the Arkansas legislature since 2004. And when I first ran, my slogan was for integrity in politics, and it still is. It will remain integrity in politics, because I believe that governing and good government is based on sound principle and fairness. That's what I stand for. I'm glad to say to you tonight that I have the support and the endorsement of the Arkansas Education Association, because I believe in education. Education comprises most of the budget of the Arkansas revenues. So it's my belief that through education, we create more opportunities for economic success. And now he's telling me time. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Okay, the next question will go to Senator Flowers. Why are you the only candidate that has sued UAPB?
Let me say this. That's a personal right. And I think many of you all probably know of the circumstances that led to my filing a suit. I'm asking for an injunction to prohibit the university from barring me from going to my house. My house is right across the street from the stadium. And one year I had some problems, and ever since that year I've had problems, or my guests have had problems. But let me say this. I'm a lawyer and I'm a legislator. I was elected in 2004 to represent the people of District 17 as a representative, and now as a senator for 5 counties. If I can't stand up and speak up for myself, then how in the world can you expect me to represent my constituents very well? I'll respectfully decline any other questions concerning my personal right to access my home in that lawsuit.
Are you writing down your questions? Another one for Senator Flowers.
Okay.
Are you a member of the legislature Black Caucus?
I pulled out of the Legislative Black Caucus. And let me say, I wasn't elected to be a member of the Legislative Black Caucus. The reason I did that was several-fold. I did not think we had an agenda or any reasonable meetings that led to discussions that would help constituents of color. And for instance, the redistricting. This year, through redistricting, we lost 2 representative seats. The seat that my opponent serves in right now was lost, and the Black Caucus said nothing, resolved itself to say nothing. We've got Senate districts, 4 that are minority-majority seats, and they've been redistricted so that Senator Crumley is having to sue over in East Arkansas because his district has been diluted and mine has been diluted. I have more prison population, but that's voting age population. I've been attacked several times, and I can stand the heat. And let me tell you, I did not do all those things that my opponent said in his opening statement, but I'm not running a negative campaign. I'm trying to be positive, trying to express to you and show you my integrity. The people have elected me since 2004 to serve in this office in the legislature. And I think I've done a pretty good job with education opportunities for the constituents in my district, as well as children and elderly. Thank you.
Okay, now we back to on the agenda. Senator Flowers. I am an activist against the halfway house on the west side of Pine Bluff. We are not happy with the position you have taken on behalf of ADC. The citizens elected you to be a voice for us. Instead, you have sided with our opponent. This halfway house is for violent or sex offenders, offensive parolees. Our communities deserve better. Senator Flowers.
Well, I'm thankful for the question. This is a copy of the bill that was passed in 2011. It's called the Public Safety Improvement Act. It's about 164 pages. This bill allows the Department of Correction and the Department of Community Correction to release parolees and offenders, those that are incarcerated, earlier. It reduces the restrictions of incarceration, so they get out earlier. I'd like to show you the first page of it. I've got a clean copy here. I didn't vote for this bill. My opponent was a co-sponsor of the bill. I don't support the Department of Corrections. I think the question was loaded, but let me give you my position on it. I'm for supporting ex-offenders to transition back safely, to be productive citizens in communities in Arkansas. Everybody deserves a chance. And now we have a bill that, and the reason I did not vote for it was because I didn't think the state was providing the adequate funds that we needed to give support services to parolees. But parolees and people that are incarcerated are people. Those persons that will be, if they will be in the transition house at the Department of Community Correction. I just need to finish this up, if you would allow me, because this is a big issue in Pine Bluff.
No, we got.
There's an attack ad out on me, and the thing is,
we still have time.
If somebody would ask me that question again, because it needs to be heard, my response, and it's not true. The attack ad that's running. That's not what I said out there. So if you weren't out there, you've got the wrong idea about what my position is. But please know.
I have to tell you. The next question to Senator Flowers. Your idea on health care reform.
Healthcare reform. That's a good question. Just this past weekend on Saturday, I was over in Phillips County in Helena, West Helena. Legislators were invited. My opponent didn't show up. but I was there to listen to the presentation from the Tri-County Health Network. It's a nonprofit group that targets and connects with rural citizens in Arkansas in this district that I represent. It seeks elderly and disabled individuals out that have a problem accessing health care. We need health care reform. But there's a matter that was brought up that this group is addressing. It's a matter of trust. A lot of people in rural communities, and that's a big part of this district that I represent outside of the Pine Bluff area, they don't trust agencies, they don't trust providers, they don't trust people. They don't have a good relationship. And then we have very few providers in these rural areas. So this group that I support works to connect with people. They go door to door and they are asking if anyone knows of elderly and disabled persons that need some resources that they can get them connected to. So yes, I support health reform. And I'll end now. And I'm early. Can I go back to my other question? Yes. Okay, let's
go. Senator Flowers, you can't blame me, you blame the time people. The next question goes to Senator Flowers. Did you make claim for damage against Altimer and Dalloway School, which is also your district?
I've been practicing law for 30 years, okay? I'm a lawyer. And sometimes when I have clients that have claims, yes, I file a lawsuit. That's the nature of being an attorney, an advocate. So yes, I did. And my client was successful. He was a special ed student. And let me just say this while we're talking about education, because I brought something else. This right here, this is a Scholastic Audit Summary Report. This is for Dalloway High School. The legends have the red as little or no development and implementation. The black stands for limited development or partial implementation. My opponent serves on the Dalloway School Board. What does this say about his leadership? When I have students, and I support education, I work hard. This past year in the 88th General Assembly, I was successful in passing a bill that provided for enhancement of the tool for parental involvement. It requires the Department of Ed to provide professional development. And the support I got, all 34 of my colleagues in the Senate signed as co-sponsors with me, and many of the House members signed as co-sponsors. But did my opponent vote for it? No. Figure that.
We have had excellent response from you in asking questions tonight. But they tell me we're running out of time. We're going to give one more question, and this will go to all candidates, and we want you to respond in 1 minute. And that question is this: what is the one thing that set you apart from all other candidates to be the next county judge or the next state representative? Senator. Senator. Senator Flowers.
We have 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you. What sets me apart and why I feel like I'm more qualified for re-election to the state senate is my record, my experience. I have a record. I have a record of passing legislation. I have a record of collaborating and working with my colleagues. You can look at the bills that I have been the lead sponsor on. Bills that are affecting and impacting the lives of my constituents. You may not like someone who has been an offender of the law, but I'm trying to do what I can to help them transition. So when I passed a bill last year that decreased the severity of an offense of failure to appear for a speeding violation, a Class C, and get a failure to appear, a misdemeanor Class A, and you don't can't keep your job, a minimum wage job because it's a Class A. My bill was to reduce it to a Class B, and it happened. My opponent didn't vote for that. I'm trying to empower people, fathers, mothers, people that need representation when they can't stand up for themselves. And I ask for your vote. Thanks.
And following the rules of the forum, we decided that we will have closing statements by each candidate. Senator Flowers.
Thank you, Booker. Booker and I served together in the legislature. My first term was Booker's third term, I think.
Yes.
And I was so proud to be there serving with him. And actually, I sat in front of you, didn't I?
Okay.
And collaborated with him quite often. That's when we got the Department of Agriculture came into being that year, 2005. I've worked well with my colleagues in the House and now in the Senate. I have a record that you can look and see. That's a public record. What my opponent was talking about, a public record, there is none. But this is a public record, as well as the bills that became laws that I sponsored, that my opponent wasn't in session for some reason to vote, either yay, nay, or present. Figure that. Some of the laws dealt with education, and I guess that's why the Arkansas Education Association has endorsed me. And they deal with the maintenance and safety of public schools, such as Dalloway's public school, the middle school. When I first started in 2005, my son was a student at Dalloway Middle School. Yes, I care about Dalloway. Don't leave here for a minute and have an ad, Mr. Donald, that reflects that I do nothing but love Dalloway. Dalloway is in my district, the district that I served as a representative. I'm proud of Dalloway. But Dalloway's leadership, like Mr. Elliott, is lacking. This says leadership. 82% little or no development and implementation. I don't knock Pine Bluff. I don't knock any part of my district. I support my district. I'm for changing the things that need to be changed within my district. I'm a native Pine Bluffian, a native Arkansan. I love this state. I love my home. I'm committed. I'm vested here. My son was born here. I love this place, and I'm going to do what I can to help all people. I represent those prisoners that are locked up, and I'm for giving somebody a second chance. I've been a victim. I had a sister that was murdered in 1969 when I was 16 years old. It hurt. But my parents lived through it, and my father, who was a lawyer for 50 years, forgave. Because we are Christians, and we believe in that Jesus doctrine of love and forgiveness. There are things in the bill that are good, but by no means leave here thinking it's just for some nonviolent offenders. This deals with murderers and everybody else. So if he has an idea that he voted for something, he better start reading the bill, you think? Thank you. Thank you.
As I said, she can fire me, it doesn't make a difference.
I won't fire you.
I'd like to thank the candidates for coming out tonight. We feel that we have accomplished our goal in providing information for you.